Hey guys, right, I wanted to live earlier on while I was down at the beach, but I was talking to somebody who was sat on the bench. You know, we always have somebody who's homeless, somebody who's roaming. But then just 2 seconds, because I'm in between many emotions at the moment. So let me just go back a minute to my committal to prison. Let me just go back a minute to when I first ever stepped on Downing Street as a mother. Now, don't forget, I had been in the media before Aaron and Faith were taken. Now, Claire's here, and Claire might be able to help me unravel this because Claire's been here for quite a while. So basically, down at the beach today, I had a conversation with, there's always somebody homeless who pitches up. And this was one of the guys who was on a bike, very clearly kitted out, homeless, has all of the GPS, knows what he's doing. So anyway, he noticed this and engaged in a conversation. And it turned out he's one of the common law sheriffs. So if anyone doesn't know what common law is and what the common law sheriffs are doing at the moment, they're basically educating people about common law and moving forward to other stuff. So there's so much stuff going on around you, you wouldn't have a clue. So anyway, it turns out that he knows me as in from back in 2013, 14, when I did a video outside the Royal Courts, and I can't remember the name of the guy who was in it. Now, please remember, 2010 Kellie Cottam and 2013 Kellie Cottam that hit Downing Street on July 2013 is not the same fucking Kellie Cottam. It's the same Kellie Cottam as in it's me, the mother of Liam, Daniel, Aaron and Faith, but it's a very different journey. I never ever thought Aaron and Faith would be taken from me as much as it was a fucking fear of mine. And yes, it was a fucking fear. It was a fear like anything other than anything in this world, because I had my mum at me going, if you do this, you're going to end up losing the house, having the kids taken, blah, 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 blah. I had everybody at me at this time. I had literally gone from the fact that everyone's going, how can a benefit mother all of a sudden go and do this? Look, just because somebody's on benefits, it doesn't mean they don't have an education. It doesn't mean that they don't have a lot of knowledge. It doesn't mean that not everybody on benefits is somebody who didn't go through the education system and didn't become a carer or a road sweeper or something physical or work at Tesco's or work in the shops. You know, some people on benefits have come back the other way. Some people are on benefits because they retire and don't have a pension, yeah? Some people are on benefits because of a physical condition. Some people are on a benefits because they're unfit for purpose in other ways. Do you know what I mean? Some people are on benefits because they were mothers for years and years and years. Their husband decided to get a nosh off the secretary and all of a sudden they're at the back of the queue of the job centre. Not that it's the job centre as the way that we once knew it, you know, but things have moved forward. So anyway, let's get back to what's really, really fucking important right now, because a can of worms has just been opened back to, does anybody remember when I did an interview with a woman called Carol Woods? Now, I'd gone, as you know, so the Kellie, who was stable, living in a house in 2010 with 4 children, and was thinking was going to go to a better renting and moving forward. And hiya, Kellie, understanding your the reasoning, they put us in a state of fear. Well, actually, this is another thing I was about to say. Now, please remember, when I came in, the people who were at top of Google, so I wrote, they've got my kids, social services have got my kids. I wrote it in a state of panic, like, social services have got my kids, what do I do? And the first people to come up was Ian Joseph, then it was John Hemmings, and then it was Belinda McKenzie. And that was all you got on Google about any form of help to do with social services. And it was all run away, take your kids, blah, blah, blah. They kidnap your kids, blah, blah, blah. When my children were taken, as you know, I'd gone to save the family. Now, that was all to do with my self-employment fucking up and Stephen fucking up my credit score. And So that was a personal journey that I wasn't sharing with my people that I was connecting and networking up to build a company. And that company was Challenge Britain, Step Up Britain. As you know, the original ethos of Step Up Britain, or Challenge Britain, was 7 people from the benefit system from lots of different worlds and had to take them through what's called a breakthrough. A breakthrough is not based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs as the system knows, but it's based because that's about self-actualization. It was based on natural laws of the universe and our fundamental needs as human beings and why we meet certain needs. So say somebody is drug dependent, it could be meeting some form of certainty. So let me just go back really quickly. We as human beings, if I can remember off the top of my head, have basic fundamental needs for certainty. That's why a lot of people have religion, it gives them certainty, or some people even drugs, certainty. We have a need for variety, but we also have a need for growth. I've got an interruption coming in. What's the interruption for? Because we're way over schedule. I need to do this. Really important.
Okay. I'm going to do some important stuff.
Okay.
For the police.
For the police.
Okay. Okay. I need them eyes on me.
Eyes. Oh, sorry. Eyes on.
Okay. Police. I know what I am. And guess what I am.
This is live, you know. You can't take anything back that you say.
I am a soldier. Number 2, you know. And I can rock the battle of the land. Stay there. I can tell you something. Stay there. Stay there.
So while my little soldier goes off, Nula was the name that I was trying to remember today, by the way, when I was talking about pulling in people. And I don't know if people know who Nula is. Oh, hang on 2 seconds.
Police, guess what? American.
English.
English.
Great British.
English, it's not American. It's
I
English.
know, you want an American flag, but that's a Great Britain flag. And that's a golf too.
Okay.
So that's the second one for golf.
Okay.
It's not a hole in one. That's 2 moves.
Hey, do you like to hear some music?
Well, not right now. I'd really like to finish this so I can read to you two and stop your brother falling asleep in the living room and get him to bed.
Watch this. If I try to land a fudge, I say I do this, or when it's going to fall from the sky, I do this. I do this. I do this. And then they'll see the flags and then turn, land.
Oh, where did the ships come in from the other day?
Okay.
They're actual active. They're not historic. It's not the museum, is it? This is actually active warships.
I need everyone to...
So tell people where the warships are at the moment. Where's the warships?
Oh, hold on, I'm going to show you something, please.
Police? You're on the police today, are you?
Yeah, I'm on the police, but still soldier.
You're a soldier.
And out of the way, this is going to be a dangerous, really dangerous kick. It's going to be a swing.
Oh, is this because I told you I might have police watching my life? So don't... You need to go training.
Okay.
What about meditation? Yeah, but I need you to go and meditate in a minute. So let me finish this before I lose my train of thought completely.
Oh, look at that.
Can you put the plastic knife down, please? Okay.
10 minutes from.
Yeah, well, there are no weapons. Thank you very much.
Guess what?
You're talking to the police here, remember? You're a 45-year-old kid with a plastic knife, a flag, and a, you know...
Wait for it.
The police protect.
Wait for it.
Your bike outside. If your bike ever goes missing, you'd have to call the police.
Wait for it. Aliens.
Oh. All right, here he
Oh,
goes.
snap! I'm talking about this alien stuff, dudes.
I'm not getting into all this alien stuff. Why do you believe in aliens?
I don't believe in aliens.
You don't believe in aliens?
I do.
You do?
Little.
A little.
If they ever go near me, I'll attack them.
Why? Why would you attack the aliens?
Because they're trying to destroy their base with my... Oh. If there's real aliens, I'll get real tanks.
Oh, dear God.
Off the town!
Oh, Elijah, seriously, your brain fathoms me.
I know.
And dancing, DJing. What else do you love? Aliens.
Army love aliens.
The army love the aliens, do they?
But if they want to kill them, they want to get some tanks on front of them.
Oh, Boris Johnson says he's not resigning unless the tanks come for him. What do you reckon?
They're not coming for you, Boris Johnson.
They're not coming for you, Boris Johnson.
Sometimes they march across the streets, finding aliens, going alien hunting.
Who goes alien hunting?
Soldiers.
Soldiers go alien hunting.
Stop eating off the floor, Ellen.
Why do soldiers go alien hunting?
Because they like to kill kill aliens.
Who does?
Army.
Why?
Because I don't like aliens. I don't believe in aliens.
Well, if you don't believe in aliens, why are you wasting your energy and time thinking about them then?
Don't eat this flag. It's special to me. Okay, guess what? I got this flag from soldiers.
Why are you obsessed with being a soldier? Why? What do you know about the army?
I just need the tank.
You need tanks.
I need tanks to protect the base.
Why do you need to protect the base?
Because the queen is you. Look at this. Sometimes audience love aliens, Audience loves aliens.
I'm an alien.
What? Nice joke of yours. That's a funny joke.
I'm an Alf.
An elf?
I'm an Alf. Alien life form.
Alien life form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Elijah, what do you know about Area 51? And I've never talked to you about Area 51.
Oh, I know about Area 51.
What is Area 51? And I have never talked to him about this.
Soldiers.
What is soldiers?
Guys who protect the queen.
Guys who protect the Queen.
But guess what these soldiers are?
But that's only in Great Britain, because that's not how it works around the world.
But guess what this army does?
Some have emperors, some have kings, some have just like guerrilla warfare, and they don't have that sort of thing.
Okay.
Some are just gangsters.
Hey.
Some.
You have to tell me all about what. Okay, you have to tell me what kind of tanks are in this world. All sorts of tanks. Tell me all.
Well, I don't know.
Different countries.
I don't know. Green. They're green.
They're green.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're tan. They can paint them tan, green, or red.
Okay.
Because that's a great camouflage for a tank.
Okay.
And they can live in different countries. British, like this. Army like this. British like this. And knifey like this. Not knifey. Go away, Andrew.
Yeah, go away, knifey. We don't need knives.
You don't need knives there.
Okay.
This,
So what age do you think you should be to be a soldier?
24 days.
24 days?
You have to get a next bus to be older.
You have to get the next bus. See, sometimes you make so much sense, and then sometimes you just remind me that you're just a 5-year-old little boy.
It's okay. Without soldiers. Hey, what if I don't want to hold it, I can stand them up.
Right, anyway, can I finish what I'm trying to say about the guy that we met? Do you remember when we went down to the beach earlier on and I was talking to the guy?
Talk about tanks.
Go on then. How many tanks do you know about?
All of them.
What sort?
100. There's 100. I don't know what comes after.
What are tanks? Why have we got tanks?
Because to protect our base, and this house is a base now.
Oh, would you like to see what he's done? Just by the way, to protect our house. Oh, they've gone. They've all been killed, I think. Where's all the base gone? Where's all the army gone?
It's been destroyed by the dog.
where's our line of defence? Oh, it's the Air Force, Elijah. We've got here.
We got the Air Force.
Yeah, we've got the Air Force here.
We made it out of Lego.
So basically, you have a Lego army place. Yes. So you need tanks for the defence of your Lego.
We need all sorts of. We need metal tanks, plastic tanks, Lego tanks, all of them, all sorts of tanks.
So come and have a chat with me on the stairs a minute, Elijah.
Hey, you'll see our amazing dog here. It's called a German Shepherd. It's
Okay.
an army and police. Yeah.
So other than the army and the police and all of this sort of stuff, what else do you love doing?
Last time, Mummy gone in the shop all by herself, and then she left us outside. So I didn't.
With who? Oh, well, is this when the dog brought... Was this at Tesco's the other day when you were at the door?
And then I came hold on to the dog, and then I fall,
And Mummy had to grab her lead, didn't she? Because it was a dog on a
and I
scooter.
was gonna. Oh, I don't want to tell you in the next part because you could tell me.
I will explain this before this sounds very bad, and I do have police all over me. We had Eleanor at the front door, trapped to the front door while Mummy was trying to get the security guard to pay for the stuff at the till, and just caught the lead as a scooter came past with a dog, and Eleanor ran off after the dog, didn't she?
Don't talk about. Okay, I'll talk.
Go on, get it
Eleanor
right,
got
because you'll
the
get me...
dog.
Yes, didn't she?
Yes.
So that didn't work. So now, wait, what have we got Tesco's to do? They've got to get a dog tie out the front of Tesco's because they've got nowhere that you can tie a dog outside Tesco's, have they?
But there's no dogs. But there's no dog sign.
No, there's nowhere. So anyway, I asked the question, what else
Hey,
do you
guess
love?
what? There's a new tank they had. This is the toughest one of all. Called a cannon. I built it with
You know my trolls are going to really turn that into something else now, don't you? I'm going to have to come on and explain about the situation with security with my two boys and my dog at the little Tesco's. So anyway, Elijah.
I got a broken soldier. I'm sorry to break soldiers, but
My battery's going to go, and there was a whole point of me doing this live, and your brother has now fallen asleep on the sofa before I've even been able to get him into bed. I haven't managed to do any of today's tidy up.
I need to talk to the army about something.
I know you want to talk about the army, but tomorrow, where are we going? We're going to see the big battleships, aren't we, tomorrow? The warships.
No, that means I don't talk to you anymore.
Well, you can talk on here if you want to talk on here. Say hello then. You've got... Who have you got here? You've got... Oh, God, we've got messages. You've got Claire's still here. Deborah's here. And Katrina's here. And Jane's here. And Jackie's here.
Okay.
And Leanne is here. There you go. So this is Elijah, who between the hours of 9 to 10, by the way, we spend time
Guess what?
talking about anything
That
that he just goes on about. And he just,
Please getting tired.
yes. Are you tired? Because I need to get you to bed.
I'm not really tired now.
Yeah, but I need to get you to bed because you need to be asleep by 10 if you want to be out for 10 tomorrow in the morning. Because we need to be out for 10 tomorrow if you want to go and see the warships. Where are the warships?
I wished I went to the D-Day Museum again.
Oh, you want to go to the D-Day Museum again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sad.
Why?
But guess what? Guess what, police? There's planes on the sailing!
There's place on the sailing. You're not talking to the police anyway. All I said is, whenever you're on the live, you need to be careful because I have people who call the police or call social and things like that. So you saying something like, I leaving you outside a shop, which actually isn't true. We had nowhere to tie up the dog and security was trying to help, but it ended up in a complete and utter disaster because the boys couldn't hold the dog as the dog ran past, which was on a scooter. But I literally grabbed it just in time. So, and that was literally the little Tesco's, and it was milk, and the woman behind the till threw it through for me and threw it to the door because we were going nuts that there's nowhere to tie up a dog outside Tesco's. So we have got a bit of a nightmare with this with Eleanor because she hasn't got a service dog vest, has she? So if she gets a service dog vest, she can come in with us. Yes. Do you know there are many people that will work with dogs and animals live, by the way? Right, I need to finish this and my battery's about to go because I've completely not reminded why I need to talk about Brian Gerish, why I need to talk about Nula, why I need to talk about this website and who actually really could be behind it because it's been said that it's Brian Gerish. And I also need to remember that this video is tagged to Brian Gerish and nobody's having this little boy, so...
In trouble when it's turned off?
Never. You get a kiss. Yes. And what are we going to put down this week for what's going to be the boundaries? What about fighting? What's going to be the... Come and give me a cuddle. We need boundaries on these lives because I need to start doing proper videos so we can do videos because you love the TikTok videos, don't you? And the problem is Elijah has got his own channel, haven't you? Yeah. And Shiloh's got his own channel. And they want to be able to get on with their stuff. And this website's stopping us doing it. But we want to be able... So every time we're doing our little videos... And now we've got a problem with Shiloh on... Shiloh's wrecking your videos, isn't he? How many of your videos has Shiloh wrecked this week?
I got a medal... Guess what? I got a medal broken... the rocket launcher here, and it's missing the gun.
In fact, we managed to get a video, just 2 seconds, because this is quite important. We actually managed to get a video of Elijah going up the stairs, and it's been taking me ages to show how Elijah climbs the stairs. And Shiloh nearly bloody pushed Elijah right down the top. This was coming up. We were going up some steep stairs, and literally he came in right at the top. I know, but come on, because we want to start getting these videos right, don't we? Because you want to do your London School of Hip Hop, and you want all your musics for that. This is live, and the problem is if one of the kids runs in naked, I've got to take the whole live down. And I did an amazing live. I don't know what I was talking about, and I did the best bloody live and speech that I think I'd done for a long time.
What?
And then Amber went, you got Shiloh is in the back. You've caught Shiloh in the back, and it's like I've got to take that live down again. So ideally, I wouldn't be doing it this way. By the way, I would literally have a proper camera and I'd go and do stuff. But it's impulsive. It's reactionary.
Guess what? Okay, Army.
It's
Army first.
Our daily life. This is our life. Do you know what I mean? This is our world. But I'm trying to work from home with 2 children that also are home educated, and we've decided we have to move. It just doesn't work here. This stairs used to be the worst fear that I ever had about living in this flat. You know, how I was going to cope with 2 toddlers that were walking, and this made my life hell, because We had a stair gate up there initially, but they were
hell?
climbing, excuse me, they were climbing over the top of it. And it was like, hang on a minute, it's better that they fall from there than over the top of the stair gate. And then, so the other thing as well is, as you know, I barricaded all of that up as well, and I put something on the other side because there's a radiator, and I didn't want them coming over the top. So, you know, when I first got here, and this is what I want to talk about very quickly as well, into doing with fears, like it was a fear that my kid could fall down the stairs. Now, have you actually ever fallen downstairs? I think you have once, and you twice. Shiloh hasn't. I've fallen down the stairs. And I think you had quite a tumble down the stairs, because that's how we ended up with all of the this all over the carpet. All this all over the carpet. So anyway, I don't like this word trouble, I've decided. Because I don't like this word trouble. No, I don't like this word in trouble.
I'm sorry.
I don't like this word in trouble. I don't like it. It's not a nice word. And I don't like it as well when you call your brother an idiot or stupid, because he's not an idiot and he's not stupid. I don't like these words. They're not good and they're not great. So anyway, I was trying to get on before my son with this interruption. And we need the bath. The question is, do we move into the one that Dean got us for us? And it's like I've said to Dean, straight away, the bedroom furniture can't fit into the double bedroom. The boys' double bunk bed won't, because it's one of them old lofts, so it's a lot lower. So it's either start from scratch again. I don't particularly want to live up there and move from there into like a Muse house. I want to go back to where I originally was.
Is this tan or yellow?
That's what I want.
Is that tan or yellow?
Tan.
Okay, good.
So anyway, we're going up to where are we going up to tomorrow? The docks. We're going up to see the warships, and the warships are basically the ships. We're not talking about history here, we're talking about warships that are currently out. They've just come back from, I think came back 2 days ago from Ukraine. So they've been over there with the peacekeeping team for the stuff to do with Ukraine, or whatever they do over there with Ukraine. So these are real warships that go out to play in the seas and go out, and obviously have got big guns, things like that. So we're going down to see them tomorrow, and we'll take you down there with you. We'll probably have to leave Eleanor because we are having problems. Officially, everybody around here will let me.
Look on the bright side. Look on the bright side.
Yeah, everyone around is being very patient with the fact that Eleanor doesn't have a service vest. Oh. If Eleanor wears a service vest, which I have to buy and get, then Eleanor is allowed into Tesco's with me. She's allowed into Asda with me. She's allowed. Now, the big Asda, she stays in the car. So we haven't got a problem with that, because she stays in the car. We go to Asda. It's not a problem. But then we've got the little 2 shops down the front. We can tie Eleanor out the front there, and it's not a problem.
There we go.
Unless a dog goes past. My worry is she hasn't got out of her collar yet, but if she yanked it enough, she could get out of her collar if she really wanted to. If Eleanor wanted to get to me, and I mean Eleanor wanted to get to me, Eleanor can jump freaking heights like that. I was on the other side of a wall today, and she went for it. She cleared it. She cleared it just to get to me. So, just to explain, before you get numbnut me into some form of trouble, the Tesco's down there has only got a lamppost right down by the road, so I can't tie her up or leave these 2 there. So I brought the kids and Eleanor just inside where the door is. No, I'm laughing. And I know the security, so there's a security guy stood there, right? So you've got me trying to get the woman. So the security's gone and got me the milk, put it over there. And then all of a sudden, Eleanor, this woman's gone past in this scooter. Elijah was holding her. She's shot straight out of his hand. And I have just literally gone like that. And I've got the milk in the other hand.
She burnt my hand up.
So it's turned into a nightmare because we can't take Eleanor. We can't leave her outside. Like, she's not just going to sit there. And I wouldn't want to do that to my dog anyway. Do you know what I mean? I can't leave the boys because they're too young. They're not old enough. When my boys are 13, 14, it would be a whole different situation. You know, I'll be able to go off skating in the evening. I'll be able to go, look, mum's popping out for an hour. When they're seven, I'll be able to sort of go, you're going, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to be harder with these boys than I was with Liam and Daniel. Tesco's sandwiches and wraps has just been added near you. So I think Shiloh's fallen asleep, so I can't do the pickups.
Tell them about the smashed window of the car.
The smashed window of the car. The cracked window or the smashed window? They know about the smashed window. They know about the smashed window because you got the police officer to come and have a look.
Cool.
It wasn't really cool.
No, it was really cool when the police officers come.
No, because you like the police. We like the police around here, don't we?
We love them.
We love the police. We love
Give
them when
them a
they're out.
heart.
Oh,
Give
hang
them a
on.
heart.
Go on. Give the police a heart. Give everybody else a heart.
Well, I only got one hand. I only got two hands.
A heart, a big heart.
I love you.
They're strangers.
Strangers?
Why?
Are they police officers?
No,
Oh.
just people. Some people can be. Just by decides what somebody wants to be when they grow up, isn't it? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. What did somebody want to be when they grew up? And some people from school wanted to be police officers. Some people wanted to be nurses. Some people wanted to be doctors. Some people wanted to be lawyers. Some people wanted to solicit themselves.
Actually play fighting.
Back to common law, which is what I was trying to talk about.
Excuse me,
Yes, darling. Right, well, I tell you what, you've got 15 minutes of your army stuff on the stairs. I've got to go and move Shiloh to bed. I've got to shut this down quickly. So you can take over the stairs before you go to bed, and you can have some of your Evan Storm stuff. All right?
Yes!
Cool. I've got to move over the washing and sort some bits out.
Mummy, they only play fighting.
Okay. So Elijah doesn't have a real army. He has plastic tanks army.
It's okay, they're not on your...
So, for anybody who thinks that Elijah's building some big army, he has some plastic toys and he has an army world that is going on. So, and no, Elijah doesn't have any grandeur delusions that he's going to run the army defences of something and all of this, and he doesn't think that I'm a queen of a country. I am his queen, as in I am his mother, and, you know, he's learning the boundaries and safeties, and also as well learning like the rules in other people's houses. Do you know what I mean? It's like I struggle so much with other people. I really do, because it's like you only have to say one thing to one of my kids and it's like, yeah, you could change. My mum did it with the London School of Hip Hop with Elijah. So basically, just really quickly, the London School of Hip Hop has been going on for Elijah. This has got nothing to do with me. It's not my creation. It's not my thing. It's his. And it's what he designed while lockdown was on. And we were walking down to the train station for like our time because the kids... So my life, not that you will all get it, my life is about construction vehicles, any electric cable stuff going on, any gas work going on, any police cars going past, ambulances going past, fire engines going past, whether we find an ant on the floor, whether we've put a worm, fishermen, anything to do with fires, anything to do with dogs, going to the park, going to fields, anything to do with our dog, anything to do with skateboarding, anything to do with graffiti art, BMXing, anything that's boy trucks, big things like this. So anyway, I don't spend much time with females in clippity-cloppity high heels. However, the last couple of days I have. But the gentleman that I met today has pulled me right back to doing this interview with Karen Woods. And Carol Woods was a social worker who was trying to take Lancashire Social Services to court for state kidnapping. Now, it was David Jenkins who'd first met her on Downing Street, and I did an interview with David, me, and Carol. All of a sudden, everybody wanted this interview, but cut me out of it. I got edited out of it. The photograph that it was taken, I got completely zoomed out of it. This was also around the time that Jason, who I was staying with after I left Save the Family, who I had met previously from the social media world, which all seems to be connecting up. So this is prior to Aaron and Faith being taken. He got together with one of the campaigners who went into the computer and took over Walk for Justice and kicked me out, right? Now, I always thought it was really funny that Brian Gerish has never interviewed me. Don't think I'm not available for interviews. When I say I have a D notice on me, that's the media who have the D notice. I have an injunction that says that I can't talk to the media, papers, anyone, post on social media about Aaron and Faith. I can't name Aaron and Faith, who were taken by Flintshire County Council in Wrexham by District Judge Andrew Shaw, and I was gagged by Judge Moore. I can't tell you that Stephen Lewis was the police officer that kidnapped Aaron and Faith from Milo Hospital, because I'm gagged. It puts me in prison. Prison that. Yeah, I can't tell you that on the 13th of December, 2 police officers, PC Stephen Lewis, and I can't remember the other one's name, just that thing, and Cheryl Osberlin, who was at the National Achievers Congress and the UPW in 2012, right? She was an attendee at this event. The very same social worker who turned up for my exchange from Lancashire to Flintshire to move my indicative budget. Had George Osborne previously been to Save the Family, not long before I had got there, by the way. So anyway, then on that fatal day, as they took my 2 children off in a Volvo car and took them to 2 raging fucking delusional people, the person that I said that I will sit on with some shorts and absolutely suffocate the man if I find out why the pubic hair was found. Belinda Mackenzie didn't help me as much as she let me stay in her room. And the only reason I know so much information about Belinda is because every time she used to work on her computer at night, she used to drink herself into a stupor. And I used to be the one that used to pick her up while I was there, just staying there. Most people just use and abuse that. But I actually gave a shit, and I would go in and wake it. And that's when she told me about skirts. That's when she showed me the map. That's when she talked to me about a lot of stuff. And a lot of people go, hey, she's MI5. And so what if she was? So what if she is? My cousin, my foster father, my foster brother is a consultant for the MI5. My children's brother, my children's sort of godfather, if you want to call him his godfather. But it's the only friend that me and Dean have in common out of all of this. And that's David Shaler, so, he's hung. So, but anyway, bring it back to this guy that I was talking to today. It all got back again to Nuala. It got back to all the people that were involved. So we're going back to when I met Dean. So if people don't remember, I went to London because they were doing the RT thing, which was organised by, I can't remember her name, the one that comes under Yolanda. So Yolanda had been the one to organise it. And then I think there was a lot of shitty stuff because people are going, it doesn't matter who'd organise it, doesn't matter who turns up. But because I'm gagged, people only put me in so much of it. That was the same day I went over to Trafalgar Square, where everybody's been today doing all the dancing. They're all outside at the moment well, not so much at the moment, but they're doing all the beatbox dancing. It's been quite Jamaican today, a bit of American beat going on today outside the museum, the art gallery, and then down. And that's where I was, ready to do that stunt right in front of the art gallery, wasn't I? And then all of a sudden everything changed, and I didn't know why things had changed. All of a sudden I was put over the Hampstead Hoaxted website. All of a sudden I met Tracy and Dean on the same day, by the way. Do you know Tracy Morris let me take her kids into London after the fair, didn't even know me. And it's like, hang on a minute, why would somebody do that? You ain't taking my kids off, mate. Really? There's still somebody that I will be breaking her hand one day, by the way, and I will have her one day. I didn't have her up on that day, but she stood on my son's fingers at one of the things once, mate. And I had her, but I didn't deal with her properly. And I will be pulling her up when now my boys are a bit older and I'm not so fearful of what might come to me. So anyway, me and Dean are talking. Today I picked up a ring and I found a ring. I've stuck it on my finger just to sort of say, look, I don't know what the fuck's going on with us, but I'm not with anybody else. I'm not dating. I'm not going out with anybody. I'm just here with the boys, getting us to the next level. You do what you've got to do. The boys are here. They're not being taken away from him. I'm never, it doesn't matter whether everybody's hey, dad should turn up every other weekend and stuff. Well, my kids don't go to school. If Dean said to me, look, Kelly, there's the petrol money, will you bring the boys up and do what you got to do, so be it. But that website, people, played with a massive trauma for me, by the way. And that was the fact that they posted up saying that Dean had custody of the kids. And these people were waiting for me to break. Me and Dean haven't even been to court. We haven't even discussed it. In fact, I've sent Dean a letter recently, very much last night, from the email Family Matters Legal Services, just to sort of go, look, let's bring a bit of neutrality here. And I'm the owner of it, so I can write what I like. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we don't have solicitors in between us. We're not doing it like that. If Dean turned around and said, look, he's coming to stay for 4 days, that's fine. It's us, whether we're together or not, that's complicated. And as I have always said, my greatest fear now is having another baby. And it is. I just couldn't go through it all again. I couldn't go through the medical neglect side again. I couldn't go through people not understanding my hips or my health again. I couldn't go through the social shit again. I couldn't go through people not celebrating my child again. Nobody has celebrated my children ever. There isn't anybody that has ever actually truly ever gone, wow, congratulations, wow, you guys are having a kid. And I'm talking like my mum, my family, obviously I was 15 the first time I got pregnant. Nobody was going to celebrate that. And then, of course, Liam, nobody celebrated that. On James's side, God, lucky now, his mother broke down crying when he told her I was pregnant. When he said he was getting married, shit, I think she dropped the phone to her, so come on, I was a 17-year-old kid. I was at college. I was studying. I was going off to university. So no, that didn't get celebrated. And then on to actually getting married and conceiving, Daniel, probably the only sort of real planned one, but not planned, but we were at least married when I conceived. Yeah, again, there's already a stepchild. That's not a celebration. On to Aaron and Faith. Wow, really, that was a smack in the face. Do you know what I mean? And everybody had a go at me and nobody had a go at the person that, left me to deal with it all on my own. And actually, I had just got us to a really good fucking situation, just like now. But if a police officer and a social worker knocked on my door now, I really wouldn't want to invite them in. I've done the predominantly of the washing up. It's a cluttered kitchen. I can't get on with things properly. We've got bread, we've got food. I haven't sorted out milk and stuff. We've got freaking salmon in there in the fridge from family church. Go on then quickly, because then it's bedtime. Oh, yes, soldier time is soldier time. So anyway, in terms of my kids, by the way, before people go, our kids are up. My kids don't have to be up for school. We're not going down till probably about 12:15 tomorrow. And we might even go after lunch. But there's a couple of things that we're ready for about 10 o'clock. And not everything in my life I show live, by the way, because it depends how much engagement I'm having with what we're going on to. And not everyone wants that person in the background, hey, we're here and all of that. And I don't also want, there's one thing, by the way, just before I go, I don't want to name where it is that I'm going and where I'm heading, but I'm not going to be far from an airport up in Cheshire. And if it all comes to plan, it just means that I can get this fundamental routine into plan of what I'm getting for the boys. And that's around us swimming and training, health, you know, the stuff that we do, their activities. So when the boys do get to 13, 14, and they are off out doing more stuff within their own social circles with their people, you know, and their company, and they're growing that sort of, that identity, because I've already done it. People don't think I'm stupid. You don't go to school to make friends. In fact, school's the worst place to make friends at. It's a horrendous place to make friendships at. You know, you make your friends in your social clubs, you make your friends in your hobbies and your interests. Even with me, I think you know, I think the only reason that I got on with one of the girls at school is because we knew each other at majorettes. You know, most of my memories and everything come from Raiders, comes from the netball, comes from, you know, all the after school clubs and all of those sort of things. And these are the things that I'm trying to focus on. The core curriculum of the maths, English and stuff in terms of their GCSEs, if they choose to do that, that's completely separate. Yes, darling, that's completely separate. You know, the fundamental things that my boys need to be focused on is the fact that, you know, Elijah can tell you everything from you. Well, not everything. He can't tell you everything. He'll tell you he can tell you everything, but he knows he can't.
I'm only joking.
He knows he's learning, and he knows that education is for life. But, you know, I'm never going to deny my children. No, don't do that. I'm never going to deny my children the right to universities if that's what they want to do, or apprenticeships if that's what they want to do. But fundamentally, if I'm left to get on with the way that I need to do things, they'll have their own money to make that decision anyway. They won't have to worry about student fees and things like that. You know what, 6 grand a year, you know, it's nothing really, is it? Not in the real sort of scale of things. So anyway, I've ended up waffling. I'm going to have to probably take Brian Gerish off this tag because my kids have been on it. My life is just one big journey, really. But I'm going to go away in a minute and spend this week, just obviously, Sunday, I'll head back into homeschooling hours. Homeschooling is now, you know, what we do now. The time that me and Elijah have now, this is usually mine and Elijah's time. You know, the conversations that we have, even just little silly things like we'll get into a lift and we'll count the numbers on the lift things, and obviously Elijah goes all the way through. Shiloh is still just messing around on 11 being 11 and 12 and identifying stuff. But, you know, we've got all of that going on, and that comes in with the schedule. But again, I can't get around it until this website is dealt with, because I'm not 100% sure on who is behind it. One, even having my son on a video. Now, back to Brian Gerish again. Obviously, people believe that Brian Gerish is the biggest gatekeeper in all of this. I don't know. I've never sat down and eaten a meal with Brian Gerish. I've never been interviewed by Brian Gerish. Brian Gerish has had many opportunities to interview me and chooses not to. So that's his decision to make. But why? So then we come back to, somebody said to me, do you get on with Nuala? I said, Nuala, I don't believe knows me or likes me, but I don't know what other people talk about. I don't go to these meetings. I'm not attending stuff. I'm not going to the groups and things, because I've got my 2 boys and I need to keep my eyes on my 2 boys. There was one that I went to for, can't remember what it was from. I think it was Cage. And Dean pretty much walked me out because he was like, this is like an ISIS meeting. That was him being quite judgmental to Muslims, I have to say. And actually, the Muslim community are doing a lot for forced adoption, and Cage are doing a wonderful job. That was him because he's never been in a mosque temple before. I don't think he's never been through the back of it. He's like, why is she taking me through the back of a mosque temple? It's like, so we're going to quite an official meeting. This is like the head of the fucking mosque, mate, who's bringing this all together for their children. You know, this is like churches coming together and going, we've got too many members of ours having children taken by the state, and rather than sitting back and going, oh, you know, you're my sister, you know, actually we're going, yes, you're my sister, mate, and we're stepping in. And that's what the Muslim community did. So that's Cage, if people don't know what that is. So anyway, there's all these different things and all these different stuff that goes on. And then there's just Kellie Rotten in the middle. And nobody really knows how I come together, who I work for, who I don't work for. I don't work for anybody, mate. I told you, I designed my own company. It's called Step Up Britain. And I'm still working on it every day, sowing the fucking seeds, watering the fucking plants, moving things out. People will meet me at the right time. Go off, do this, do. I make the calls. I use tags. I do lots of stuff. I may not be positioned where I need to be positioned. I'm not in so board meeting going, can you do the graffiti? Not graffiti. Yes, hashtag that one. I'm not in a boardroom going, right, that's the branding. You do this, you do that. I was at one point, and they wanted to offer me 24 million for it, and I said no. And that was government. So, anyway, the BLT, they still have a lot of other stuff that they still have, but they never ever got the official training manual for this, ever. Because bits and pieces are all over the place with it now. I've lost laptops, I've lost iPads, I've lost phones. It's all up here. And then there's people that know where it was designed, and I know where it was designed because I told you where it was designed. It was designed in a club in Preston, sitting in the VIP lounge in Squires, and that's where it was designed, on a napkin. And if another Debbie comes on and sees this, she can turn around and go, actually, yeah, we all remember this. We all remember a bunch of single mums. And I'm going, she don't have enough of it. Like, she really keep wanting to do it. One of my friends owned a chip shop. She had all that sorted. It wasn't a problem. You know, her parents set that up for her. You know, a couple of my other friends, you know, they were working, maintaining, but they owned their own homes. You know, they were mortgaged, but they had their own homes. You know, so, yeah. And anyway, this week, by the way, just to up a step, female driving the Aston Martin, whoom whoom, and apparently I've bumped into somebody and I've been invited to go and play golf. Now mum won't be happy because that's where she doesn't want people on the golf course to find out about her daughter. Oh no, how's my mum going to cope going to the golf course while she's in Singapore going, oh Sean, yeah, that's your daughter over there on hole one, isn't it? Yeah, did you see her hole in one the other week? She's awesome, your daughter. How would my mum cope with that? Oh, yeah, Sean, your daughter. Oh, she's wonderful. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Didn't know you had 3 kids, Sean. Yes, she does. She has 3 kids. I'm the black sheep. Bah. I'm the mad one, the crazy one. So anyway, it's Sunday. It's the end of my day. I didn't get to finish it in the way that I need to. My son, bless his cotton socks, has curled up on the sofa and gone to sleep rather than being put to bed. But like I said, we don't have to get up to go to school. We get up and we write our own rules. People can go, oh yeah, but it's okay for you. You're on universal credits. Yeah, I'm on universal credits, mate. I get like, you know, not that much in my hand in terms to like what we need to be doing. I don't choose to live like this. I got put into this situation when we came to Portsmouth, and I'm getting myself out of that fucking situation. And this is what annoys me about social services, yeah? There is no option. They cannot think of anything other than putting parents onto benefits and social housing. And this is what I said when I went to Save the Family. I'm going, hang on a minute. So you want me to lower my standards, you want me to change all my values, and you want me to have to go into a social housing on benefits and live like that permanently when I've already just made the leap out of disability. And it was like, well, actually, yeah, you can't work from here. You have to be on benefit. Michelle Horton wants to be in your video. No, you don't want to be in my video. Do you want to be in my video? You can come in my video if you want. I'll have to put my charger in quickly. I've never done it, but I don't mind doing it. I don't mind arranging to do this. I'd like a lot more structure, to be honest, guys, and I would. And that means that I get back to doing my Monday mornings, which means the people will see me for my early risers, which is all the Pilates, training, stretching, coat, all that sort of stuff. And then obviously heading into the day, and then all the videos with obviously what we do from the day with the boys' home ed stuff, and then heading back into the evenings and stuff, which probably do my flashy light skating stuff, heading into me doing the festivals with my dancing, and then obviously the boys have got their own stuff, which they've got. Shiloh's predominantly with his scooter and his skateboarding. His cooking is a big thing for him. Health, nutrition, being a doctor. He wants to be a doctor. Elijah, as you know, army, police, training the dog. Both of them have got the dog, of course, and we're going to be advancing with that because I've got to change, because I'm starting to put some anxiety. I believe that me not letting her go to the dogs is causing for her to be a bit more oomph with the dogs. So it's up to me to change that. But at the end of the day, I'm not willing to change my decision that I will allow for her to mingle with dogs that are our family friends' dogs. But it doesn't mean that my dog can be going off sniffing just with anybody, just like we don't, just like my kids don't, because not everybody in the world is for us. Not everybody in the world is part of our personal sort of side of stuff. So I would rather have friends that I trust, that I know, that won't violate my dog's space. And that is, my dog doesn't want to be sniffed, so don't sniff her. Yeah? And if she doesn't want that, then you don't let that happen. So it's as simple as that. You know, and if someone's going to, I don't want to have to keep standing up to people all the time. So I prefer that we would be in our own home. I would prefer that we would be able to have the company that we keep coming to our home. I wouldn't invite people around for dinner here. I've no dinner table for a start. I've got nowhere to really properly sit to be able to have it. It just suffices for us as a yeah, eventually we'll get off. Anyway, I'm completely rambling because my son completely threw me off again. And, you know, we're trying to get some form of boundaries, especially with Shiloh, because Elijah is really getting into his TikTok videos and you only get about 15 seconds. So Elijah's doing all of his bits and then Shiloh, all of a sudden, right at the last minute, goes... And it's all right and it's great and it's quite funny. But Elijah gets really mad at it. And then, obviously, today, he did it again. And Elijah was doing some of his singing and stuff. And then he comes in and then Elijah gets really mad at him. And then I do as well. And then I say to the kids, come on, it's not funny. Because if I have to delete them afterwards, I lose everything that I'm doing and moving forward. So anyway, my lives officially will turn into proper videos one day, and I will take the time, especially for the parents that are coming in, newbies, by the way, that don't get to track down. I do actually have videos about what a child protection order is, what a section 28 is that you might, section 20 is that you might have been signed. And I need to put those videos back out for people, and I'll put them up on my website. So, and I might even put some makeup on and actually change my hair and do it all officially and sit there and go, well, hello, and all this sort of stuff. But I would rather actually a solicitor does it for you. So that will progress. Things will progress. I know people are waiting for my book, but I have explained to you all that it's got to be rewritten again, basically, because I can't get to that next stage and that next thing with this fucking website. And the fact that this website knows it's doing my head in. And, you know, so I'm not going to let it do my head in. And I'm going to take the advice of the woman who runs the ASDA website. And she said, just fuck them off and focus on your SEOs. She said, just literally just learn and challenge your SEOs. And as long as you're going over them, it doesn't really matter because it will take people away from them. And I said, but the problem is you've got parents that actually genuinely do need some help. No, darling, I'm not helping people in those ways. I haven't got that time. And unfortunately, when I have given my time, I've always found that there's been coke. No, I'm trying to deal with my throat, actually. There's been things and it's like, there's one here that people have told me just stay out of. You know, she's got a solicitor. She's got to do what she's got to do. There's no point you even do. So, yeah, you know, it's not my time. It's not my thing. But, if this is to do with Brian Gerish, then this could be really serious. And the reason being is because where I show you the map of where I sit down at Portsmouth, So you've got the Navy base the other side, and then you've got the Isle of Wight. Behind Isle of Wight is another island, right? And Isle of Wight is where all the paedophiles are kept in the prison over there, by the way. But behind the other island is all the Freemasons, and that's where they have all their private houses for all the British people here. And enough said, there's more stuff that, yeah, I'm going to get shot one of these days. Someone's just going to take me out with a sniper rifle, isn't they? If I do, it's nice knowing you. So anyway, that aside, there's a lot of stuff going on in Olivia Pinckney. A lot of people are bringing cases against Olivia Pinckney for the fact that at the end of the day, she's very, very aware of what goes on in the saunas with little boys and little girls. A lot of the police are very aware of what goes on in saunas with little boys and little girls. It's been going on for a lot of years. There is no line to these people between a child being 18, you know, and even if they are 17 or 16 or 15 and people go, yeah, no, they, you know, but they're 15, they're 16. It doesn't matter. 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 It really doesn't. And then obviously we're dealing with the United Nations system where they don't even have this 18 line. You know, children are married off at 7 years old. You know, young girls become wives at 7. So it's a difficult one. So anyway, I came on to do that and it's completely changed and completely waffled. Whatever you trolls want to fuck me over with and do this week with your fucking website. Yes, I'm going to look. Yes, I'm going to use it. And yes, you can fire whatever you like at me. What do you want to know about me? What? My ankles sit really funny and I wear skates and you can't get your head around how I can be in so much pain. Well, just 2 seconds, because while you're doing this, have you seen what's happened to my hands because of holding the phone?